Hey, what is up guys? 𝐂𝐇𝐀𝐍 here, and prior to last month, the #1 killer which players disconnected against was the Doctor. It seems players still don't have the knowledge on how to beat him, and they get frustrated and they end up quitting. Sometimes at the very beginning of the match, they'll see that it's the Doctor they're going against, and they'll just DC right there. Before we were using the locker strategy, me and Tom's success rate against the Doctor was really low. I mean, it was probably like 10%, if even that. And after we both started using that strategy, our escape rate against the Doctor went up to about 90%. Well, now there's a new #1 killer that players are disconnecting against, and that's Freddy. And I'm going to show you the way that I've been able to survive these encounters and escape. The first thing to understand against Freddy is he doesn't have a heartbeat. His terror radius is when you hear the kids singing. When you hear those kids singing, he is near you. The next thing to understand about Freddy is when you're in the regular game world, he's almost completely invisible to you. You will rarely see him. You can't catch glimpses of him when he's chasing another person, or if he's going through the cornfield, the corn's going to move, or if he gets a pallet dropped on him, he will materialize for a short period of time. But other than that, he is completely invisible. You can't see him. You can't see an outline of him like you do for the Wraith. Okay, so the first key to beating Freddy is Premonition, and I would say now that Freddy is in the game, this perk is shot up my list to the #1 perk. Other than Spine Chill, Premonition is the only way you're going to be able to get a beat on his location when he's invisible to you. So with Premonition equipped, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on a generator, and I'll begin moving the camera back and forth, and I'll start listening for that warning that he's within range. Once I get that warning from Premonition, I'm immediately going to stop working on that generator and run in the opposite direction of where I got the warning. Then I'm going to continue running until I no longer hear the kids singing. I'll go to the next generator and begin working on it until I hear the singing and get that warning again. And once I get the warning, I'm on the run again to the next generator. So basically what you're doing is a generator hit and run. You're running from generator to generator, getting as much progress as possible before you run to the next. And I can't stress enough, if you're working on a generator and you get either the kids singing or the warning from Premonition, I don't care how close the generator is to being 100%, run away. Because if you sit there working on it, I guarantee you he's going to pull you into Dream World. See, when you play against the Doctor, you have to be super cautious. Whenever you hear his heartbeat, you're going to go directly for a locker. And with Freddy, what you're going to do is you're just going to run. I know some of you may be thinking, well, why not hide? And I see plenty of other players doing this. They start to hear the singing and then they immediately crouch down and they hide. But my question to you is, how do you know you're hidden? With the other killers, when you're trying to hide, you can see them, even the Wraith, so you can make adjustments to your spot. You can move to this side or this side to elude them and avoid their line of sight. But with Freddy, there's no way to know if you're really hidden or not. You could be hiding behind a rock, and he could be standing right behind you. So if you go to hide from him, you're taking a complete shot in the dark that you're guessing correctly. At least by running, you're giving yourself a shot. And by employing this hit and run strategy, there have been plenty of matches where not once has Freddy pulled me into Dream World, and I was able to go from generator to generator, getting small amounts of progress until they were all done and the gates were open. Now, there are going to be times when you go to run away and he's going to see you and he's going to chase you, and you're going to know that because the singing's not going to go away. If the singing's not leaving you, then it's time to go into full-on chase mode. You're going to want to drop pallets, run through fields, vault, do whatever you do in a normal match against a normal killer. You're going to do that in an attempt to get away. And if the music stops, you lost him. And you're going to go back to what you were doing before. If he catches up to you, you're going to start falling asleep and transitioning into Dream World. This is my biggest complaint against him. He's going to be right behind you when you transition. And he pretty much gets a free shot on you once you transition in. To avoid taking that first hit, try hitting a corner or circling, anything you would do against a normal killer to avoid that first hit. You're just going to have to anticipate it. Once you're in Dream World, try to run away. And if you do get away, there are two ways to get out of Dream World. One is to locate another player who's not in Dream World and have them wake you up. And the other way is to work on a generator and fail it on purpose. And that loud noise from the failure will snap you out of it. Hook sabotages don't work. I've tried those do not work. So it's a really good strategy if you do get away from him to run for a generator and immediately fail. The last way to get out of Dream World is if Freddy hooks you. Once you're hooked, you're completely out of Dream World. So this brings me to the next part. If someone is on the hook, you approach the hook and you hear the singing, Freddy is there. And I don't think a lot of players understand that. If you hear the music, he is in the area. He's invisible to you. So if someone's on the hook and you go up to the hook and you hear the music, that person playing Freddy is camping the hook. And if you go rescue that person, he's going to put you to sleep and the person you took off the hook asleep again. Then he's going to catch the person you took off the hook and put them back up on the hook again. I know this is going to be a tough pill to swallow for some players that want to save everyone, especially their friends. But if someone's on the hook and you hear the music, your best bet is to leave them, because you're just setting that person up to get off the hook and then get captured and get put back on the hook again. And borrowed time does not work because he's not physically going to hit you while you're taking them off of the hook. When you don't hear the music anymore, then you're safe to move in for the rescue. If someone's running at you and they're asleep and you hear the music, run away from them, because Freddy is hot on their tail, and by the time it takes for you to wake them up, he's going to be on top of you and you're both going to be going to Dream World. You kind of have to look at it in this perspective that they are running the killer to you. Just because you can't see him doesn't mean that he's not there. Now, if they're running to you and you don't hear the music, then it's safe to go ahead and wake them up. Pretty much that is it, guys. That's the way I've been surviving and escaping, by using this completely frantic running and never stop moving tactic. Now, the bad thing about this strategy is that if other people are not doing this, they're going to end up getting caught by Freddy and sent to Dream World. And some of them don't know to look for a generator to get themselves out, so they're wandering around looking for somebody to wake them up, and they end up getting caught and hooked. And other players are immediately rescuing them while Freddy's still in the area, so they end up both getting sent to Dream World. Now, while all this is going on, I am making considerable progress on the generators, but I'm not getting put into Dream World, so I'm not getting chase points, and I'm not getting hook rescues because the other players are just automatically pulling the people off of the hooks, even if Freddy's in the area. And the result of all this is your point total is going to suffer. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a good one.